Yeah, so we're scheduled for 8:30. We're gonna give like 5 minutes for the artists and some other guests to join. The link to the space is up top for anybody that wants to share it around or retweet. Yo, so like we're gonna wait 3 more minutes, let everybody get in the room. We have the link to the space pinned up top if you guys want to retweet it or share it to groups and stuff. I'm passing it around on Telegram. We'll get started at 8:35. All right, so we're waiting 2 more minutes.
Yo, it's
Everybody-
a vibe.
Yeah. G-Spot's got good tunes.
Welcome to Apechain Art Hours. Smooth, vibe in, electrify.
Nailed it.
Cast all your cares away as we ape like the degens we are. Episode 6. Truly Based Ape Hour.
Dude, you should do an introduction for all these.
We living large and we vibing big here at Apechain Art Hours. Oh yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. Thank you guys. All right, we'll get started. G-Spot, if you want to turn it down a little bit. So welcome to Apechain Art Hours, episode 6. This is our sixth space. We decided that space Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is an art space, so it's less of a hard chill space. Obviously, we're talking about projects, but we like to dive deep into like the artist's story, what their background is, what their process was for their project, and like any upcoming work or mints that they have. So we start out the spaces like kind of interviewing the featured artists and guests. They can we have a bunch of questions to ask. You get to know the artists on kind of a one-to-one conversational basis when you're choosing what art to invest in on Apechain is our goal. So speakers are welcome at any time if you're in there. If you want to speak, just click request to speak or whatever. And as long as it's like a question for the artist and not just some random shit, you're welcome to come up. So we go through the featured artists first, and at the end, we kind of open up the room. Anybody can come up there and join if you have your own project you want to talk about or shill. Then it gets a little more degen, and then we pass the torch to Chris Slack with Apechain Degen Hours and G-Spot at 11 p.m. Eastern, and they host that every night. So without further ado, let's move on to our artists. Our artist for tonight, we've got _XO, who's artist behind A Portal Emerged and Lost Souls on Apechain right now. We've got Mintpad, which is a team minting platform. RFDZI, The Simpsons Punk, and Mutagen Samurai. Those are our 5 artists for today. A couple of them are missing, but we'll get started without them. So first, let's go to _XO. How are you doing?
Yo, what's good? How are you?
Good.
Yo, this music has been amazing. Calm me down a little bit. Great. Phenomenal. And that intro, I was amazing. Amazing.
Thanks. So
Yeah.
I love your art. I grabbed it just because I like the way it looks. So I don't know like much about your background. Like, tell me like why do you make art in general?
Yeah, so to be honest, I kind of stumbled upon this space. I'm 24 and all of high school and stuff, I was doing like e-commerce and all these things. And after high school, I decided to like make my own company. So I was doing like advertising, marketing, website development, all this stuff. And it was like so much work. And I was constantly on the phone for hours on end in the day. And like, I don't know, I just burnt out. And at the same time, like it was COVID and I don't know, everyone was depressed. There was a lot of loss in my life, and I just like couldn't take it anymore. I was smoking so much on a daily basis, and like there was one day where like I couldn't sleep, and then I woke up, or like then I got out of bed, and then I couldn't sleep the next night, and then I had like a 8-hour panic attack, and it felt like I was just crawled up in a ball crying in my room, and like it was crazy because it felt like it was like a complete reset. Like I felt like so small and tiny and like.
So what provoked this like experience? Like
it was just a buildup of so many things. Like I had a lot of friends commit suicide, and I had like the work overload and all this stuff. And like at the same time that all this was happening, I got introduced to a Web3 project, and like they were trying to make like they had some clothing designer from LA that they wanted to make like some drawings for NFTs, and I was supposed to help them, and that ended up falling through. The name of the designer was TJ Walker. He did cross colors. It was like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air clothes type stuff. But that fell through, but I just continued, and I just like fell in love with this space, and I saw like I didn't want to just make money without any purpose anymore. I wanted to like explore something more of value, something more meaningful to me, and that's where I got to like creating art. I started off on like with my real name, but then like I really understood the space, and Anon is the way, you know. And yeah, it's allowed me to like express myself and really let go of a lot of pain that I've had just over the years, from like heartbreak in many different ways. And underscore is the lowest character on the keyboard, and like it's like that kind of represents the abyss. And XO is just like love, and that's what got me through all the pain that I had to go through. So like I don't know. This has been an incredible experience for the past 3 years. I joined in 2022. I started off like blank slate. Like I did Lost Souls in a similar way that I did my first collections, and it was like that was the goal, to make it like more fun and more playful and more simple while still expressing like some real things. And in like throughout that year, I had a lot of success making very simple work, and then in the summer of 2022 I got suspended, and like that killed me, and I had to start from zero again in 2023. And like by the grace of God, I made some art, and ACK bought it, and that went crazy. It's called Tears of the Moon on Super Rare. It's probably still my best piece. The
Tears of the
piece
Moon.
That thing was crazy. It was like really the first time I really understood genuinely what it meant to make art. Or for me at least. Money was always like a big aspect for me, because like that's something that I was chasing my entire life online. And after I had the success of like the first year or so, I was making simple art, but it felt like I was going nowhere with my work, and I felt like I wasn't really being inspiring or anything of that. So I wanted to go deeper, and I have a friend named Para Chica, and she helped me so much just discover like what art is and how I should be approaching it. I spent over like 150 hours making that piece. It's all hand drawn, and then it's put into After Effects, where I do some animations and then finalize on Photoshop. So it's like that's the entire process for all my pieces, even now. I use AI for visualization, and I just did like Apechain, where it was like an entire AI piece with a lot of editing, obviously. But yeah, the work has been incredible since Tears of the Moon, and it's just been an amazing journey to go on.
I didn't mean another thing I wanted to backtrack on. I didn't mean to interrupt when you were telling us like about your background. I'm sorry to hear about a lot of the struggles you went through, but I'm wondering, because you brought up that like specific moment with your like 8-hour panic attack. Was that like pivotal in your art trajectory in some way?
100%, because that was the moment where I think I've been fighting my whole life by myself, like trying to like do everything by myself, and that was like the first moment in my life where I was forced to give up and like ask for help. And like I was vulnerable. Like the way I explain it is like as if I was like a newborn baby. Like I felt like I remember driving on the road and being like scared to switch lanes, like terrified, and I had to like pull over, and like it was crazy. Like I was that was 2 years ago, and I didn't understand it. Like, I used to drive like a maniac, so for not being able to switch lanes was crazy to me. And like all this stuff happened. Like, I also like started getting into religion, and I'm not gonna get into that, but it's like allowed me to really have hope, and I think that's what my art mostly reflects, or what I tried to make it reflect. I think I've spent some time making art where I dwell on my pain, and it's an expression of my pain, which is great. But I think art should be more powerful than just expression. I think you could argue that. No, I'm not. But yeah, I think inspiring people and bringing light to the world is a lot more powerful than just expressing how sad I am.
Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like there's a place for both. That kind of gets me like curious on that topic. Like, do you think that your like pain and things you've gone through fuels your art, or do you think it's more like this inspiration that you've had, I guess, since this kind of almost spiritual experience you described?
Yeah, so I think I think the way that I view my art now is like, in my pain, it's a blessing, because that gives me fuel to create. And also in like my highs is like a blessing that gives me fuel to create. So it all balances out to like neutral. It's like this, like it's like a economic graph, like the up and down or whatever. Like, when it goes up, it brings you back down centered, and then when you're down, it brings you back up centered, because like it's all inspiration, and you're supposed to use, or I think you're supposed to use everything in your life, um, and almost tell a story with your work if you want. Like that's what I've been doing, and it's been extremely sad. Like, I don't know. I've discovered so much about myself. I've discovered so much about the world and what I believe, and it's all because of art. I like to say that, like, I create like from God, and it's a gift, like the gift, like art once or whatever, and like, so it's this whole process where you receive from the universe and you're giving back to the universe, and it's like, that's the job as an artist, is to not just withhold all these emotions and experiences. It's to express them and inspire others. And I feel like when the reason why I was saying like I don't like it when I just dwell on my pain is because I believe, like, I think people I think society is like really cold, and that's what, like, I wrote a post the other day, and like that's what I like have found out the abyss to be, because like I'm Christian, right? And I don't think the abyss is hell. I think the abyss is like, or not, like my abyss isn't supposed to be hell. It's supposed to be like a dark, cold, desolate place where like it's supposed to resemble society today, and like the what technology in the wrong direction has done to it, and how we do feel really cold and empty inside. And it's just, yeah.
I was gonna. Can you talk more about that? I guess, like, so because you talk about the abyss a lot in your work. I think the underscore is the Prince of the Abyss. I read somewhere. So,
Yeah.
like, uh, is the abyss in your and a lot of your work, like it seems glitch art inspired to me, like some of the recent ones, at least that I saw. Like, how does technology play into
Yeah,
the abyss for you?
I would say like the abyss, like the core ideology, or like the stem root of what I imagine the abyss to be. I used to play Minecraft a lot, so like really deep ravines remind me of the Abyss. And then like, I don't know if y'all remember that Matrix scene where they go and like, and Morpheus shows Neo like the world as it is today, and it's like thunderstorms and clouds and like destroyed buildings, and it's like all destroyed. Like it's a combination of like more of a natural place with that chaos and like all this stuff. And the idea is that like it's dark and empty and all these things. And before Underscore and the Dwellers were there, like nothing existed. And the lesson that I try, or like what I try and share, is like the light found within is what carries you through everything. Like it doesn't matter how dark it is. It doesn't matter like how cold it might be. The light you can find inside of yourself is like what frees you from it all, and like you can survive anything. And that's kind of like the idea. Yeah.
So like look, when we were messaging beforehand about this space, and I was talking about bringing your lore, like I love like the lore basically ties into like your almost personal beliefs, but then like also it's consistent across your art. You know, I really love your art style. Can you tell us about like a portal emerged, and then I guess the specific process, as specific as you want to get, as to how you built those and like what you want it to mean and all that?
Yeah. So a portal emerged was created definitely out of like opportunity, because there was this guy, some Anon guy, who released my Dwellers projects as CCO on Apechain, the first series and the second series, and they both sold out and they both hit like top 10 on the platform. So I was like, it'd be great for the original artist to be able to sell his own work. And I just recently did a collection called The Abyss, and it's like Underscore returning home, and there's a whole thread about it. It's like my whole last year, but I took all the subject characters from that, because the way that I draw is like all the assets that you see in the pieces are separate. So if like you see Tears of the Moon, like there's like 5 different rock structures that all have different speeds of grain, different size of grain, and it all is supposed to like create different focus and feeling in the work. So like the farthest rocks away have like bigger grain that's moving a lot faster, but like the closer rocks have like thinner, smaller grain, and it's like moving a lot slower. So it's supposed to like make you focus your eyes on like the main subject points of the piece. And the way that the Abyss was put together was like there's left side rocks, right side rocks, a glitch abstract is what I call them, like the really flashy glitch movements or whatever, and those are like the portals. And then there's a floor, and basically I use like NFT stuff, like the generation technology or whatever on Bueno, and it just like randomly generated them. So I did the same thing, except I made them PFPs, because the Abyss is more like, I imagine it on your wall or like on your wallpaper, because it's 20 FPS and it's supposed to be like slower, and it's supposed to be like calming for. I've noticed that people in the younger generations, like people with like more prone to ADHD and stuff, get a lot of like stimulation from glitch art, especially just like pure grain moving. And like, yeah. So the Abyss, or a portal emerge, though, is supposed to be PFP, and it's supposed to be flashy, because I think someday like GIFs should definitely be profile pictures. I think it's ridiculous that they don't do it now. I get it. It's like whatever, but and they're just beautiful. I took all the portals from the Abyss and all the characters, and I put them again in the same NFT generator and it spit them out. But the thing is that like that's only like half of the project done. I had to spend another 12 hours taking all the 333 generated ones and putting them through like 3 different processes. So I had to go to After Effects first and do them individually one by one on After Effects, download them, export them, save them individually on Photoshop one by one, and then bring them back to After Effects and back to Photoshop, and then putting it all together. So like I spent so much time on it, and I'm just so happy with how it came out. And
It sounds like they might as well be like one of ones at that point. If you're like
they are, yeah.
Anyway, even if you're using a generator.
Yeah, and on top of like the editing, I put like there's 7 different color gradients. And like they all have, I think they're really cool names. I spent a lot of time on naming my pieces and naming like specifically for this collection, the gradients. I would implore you to look through them, and I think it's really fun. Yeah.
So I guess, what do you want people to see or feel when they look at your art?
Now I have a more like concentrated idea as to what I want, and I want to bring hope. I want to like, I think people are, the general public not is like suffering on a daily basis, so they don't even realize they're suffering, so they go onto social media and stuff for an escape. And like we're so used to like doom scrolling garbage content on like TikTok and stuff. So like why not introduce like art that inspires people or brings hope to people on their timeline while they're trying to escape reality, you know? So
yeah, I like that a lot. Did you do any, like, before you got into digital art, did you have any other mediums that you were heavy in?
In school I took like regular art classes, and when I took community college classes for like a year before I dropped out, and I took only art classes then. But I would say I have like very little experience when it came to art. I did graffiti my whole life, like on paper and stuff, and that's I think that's where I got like a lot of understanding of shape and all those things. Yeah.
Hey XO, it's Blue
Hey.
here. I just want to say, coming from an expressionist artist, I really love your mission on inspiring and aspiring to bring hope, because a lot of times on the feed, it's about flippers. They just want to take the art and see if they can earn a little from it. And I find that you're attaching an emotional piece to it. And like you said, it's bringing the positive light through some of the darkest experiences. And it takes a very intellectual mindset to be able to tap into that part of the brain. And I find that it's very inspiring that you're doing that. And that's what your art represents. And I feel like you're building the right tribe behind you, because there's others that are now jumping on to what your mission is. And I really feel like you've set it up properly, and I'm proud of you. So I just wanted to jump in and say how excited I am to hear more about your story. So God bless.
Dang, that's awesome. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
You know,
Dang.
if I may jump into, I've kind of been just hearing you pour your heart out, you know, and throw it out there. A lot of times you might catch me on spaces going on my tangents and whatnot, but those were also some beautiful words and acknowledgement. And to be honest, it takes a lot of bravery to put out, being conscious of anxiety. I deal with it as well myself, and there are a lot of people that kind of don't understand that bridge and that reality, because they're like, I don't understand what you mean. What is going on? And it's hard to express a mental illness or a chemical imbalance that we had no choice brought into this world. And the best way you could ever explain it is with words, and words are the most powerful thing, and what comes from words is described in an art form. And just one big thing I wanted to say to you is it does take a lot of courage to admit that, but it also takes a lot of bravery to stand up and say that you no longer accept that part of your life anymore, and that you have given it up to the power of a higher vibration. And even just like, not skimming towards the being so oppressive on saying religion or whatnot, but spirituality as it is, because we always want to keep a broad sense of open opinion to anybody and what they believe in, right? But if you were to base it down, I just say keep it simple, right? Simplify what you are saying, and the process is you found love, and love comes in the highest form of vibration. And if you filter everything through love, you will always get a better result. And the closest thing I believe in representation is love is God, and God is love. So
Yeah.
it comes with the good and it comes with the bad, but that is the purity of having free will and free expression. And I applaud you. I applaud you for not giving up or giving into that. And then there always is a light on the other side. And that's one thing that becomes obscured a lot with the emotional things that we go through and the damaging circumstances of being held down by anxiety. But the truth of the matter is it does get better. And one thing I want to encourage you is keep grinding, because your mind for a 24-year-old man is on the right path. And take and own your leadership, because it does. You're obviously not a follower, right? You've been given a gift of realization, and it is your responsibility to lead and to empower others. And being such a young voice and spitting out that type of message is encouragement. And it's not only encouragement, you are building the blocks that need to be set. The foundation needs to be known that we are infinite beings, capable of infinite light, capable of infinite connection. And that infinite vibration connects when you put it out there, and when you connect, and you are on the right path. And remember, take everything one day at a time. That's all. And sometimes you just got to take it 1 hour at a time, or 1 minute at a time. But you are always in the right place at the right time. And your reality is as you perceive it to be. So see yourself in that higher light, and you will make the impact that you can. And I definitely cop some of yours. And I have nothing to shield today, but the power of love and never giving up. And that's the true confession that I want to put out there. Stay strong and be a leader, bro. We need more like you. You're a young man with a great eye and a great vision, and your art deserves to be seen and heard. So keep grinding, and you got my vote 100%. Like I said, I go on tangents, but there you go, my guy.
Thank you, man. That's crazy. That was yeah, wow. Yeah.
He's
Thank
right
you.
100% though. Like this is your art is fantastic. You got like a super distinct style. It's got like really deep meaning. You've got like a story to tell, and like you've got intent with your artwork. So like, not only is it like beautiful, you got intent with it. So like, I really am a huge fan. Even more so after talking to you. I wanted to ask about your other collection, Lost Souls. I don't know, like, how did people get those? I
Yeah,
just
this is
bought one on the
fun.
secondary because I saw another one by you. I thought this looked awesome, but I don't know how people got it the first time, and what your process was for that one.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. After the ACK sale, I sold a PFP collection called Dwellers. It sold out in like 30 seconds. I might have seen like 2 or 3 sales ever since then. It's been like a very dry 9 months. So to hop on and like see my collections pop in CCO and like hustling for like 3 days, grinding to get that collection out and seeing it sell out was like such an honor. Like I was actually like so blown away, and it felt it felt really good to, you know, get some sales again and like see people reacting to the art. Like it's not something I need, but it's something that I'm extremely grateful for, you know what I mean? And so I did, after that collection sold out, I noticed like how a lot of the art is like a lot more simple. Like a lot of the PFP collections are a lot more simple, and like 333 is a small collection, and that's something that a lot of like collections that are small, even if they're like very notable, struggle with, because there's only 333 people in there, and like that's not enough to push volumes around for a long period of time. So I decided to make a 333 collection, or a 3000 collection, and I definitely like had to give back to the people that collected my Portal Emerge series, because like I put my heart and soul into drawing that, and like it got, the Abyss got like 5 sales on primary when I first released it, and to use like the same art and make like different art from those assets and have that reaction, like really brought comfort to me, knowing like, oh, I not that I needed it, in the sense that like I can appreciate my art independently, but I am again extremely grateful for the response. So I decided to give like 5 to each people, and since a lot of people on Ape don't know me, in 2022 when I started, I ran a game, like a live event for a week or 2, and you had to buy souls, and you had to sacrifice or save the souls, and there were leaderboards, and people got 1-of-1s, and it was a really fun event. And the reason why I just said everything that took place is because this event that I want to do now is going to go a lot deeper. It's going to be a lot more fun. I have a guy that is like a puzzle master helping me develop it. I'm working on it right now, and like the Lost Souls will be like, you will have to make a decision, but it won't be as simple as just sending it to a burn address or saving it this time. There'll be, I hoped it was gonna sell out on the first day or whatever, because then like I could start getting into the lore of the story and all these things, and then.
So you got like storytelling or like lore planned for Lost Souls? Do you have it planned for upcoming for a Portal Emerged as well? Like, is this just kind of the beginning with your collection?
Yeah. So I think they're gonna be both of the series are gonna be involved. I think a Portal Emerged for me is like an art collection. Like it's based in a PFP structure, but it's an art collection hands down, and like people bought that without knowing anything about even a second collection, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't have, like, in reality, the best collections have always been the ones that don't provide any other value other than the art itself. So like at the core, that's what it is, but I still am gonna like be using it in this like event that I plan on doing once Lost Souls sells out.
Well, that's exciting. You're not going to spill the alpha, I see, but it's
nope. Can't.
That's I would have bought and held that thing just because it's a piece of fine art, like you said. So like going the story direction with it after is even cooler. Where should people look if they want to like stay tapped in? Well, first of all, do you plan on doing any upcoming mints or future like art drops?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to be focusing on what I've released now until like it does sell out. I don't want to like I'm an artist who doesn't believe in the scarcity concept. I believe in abundance. I believe that the way you reach people is by minting more, and the way that you control your your collection, your entire collection, is by organizing it correctly and by having it like set up in a right way on your website, so it's like logical for people, because then that's all it needs to be. You don't have to mint only 5 pieces a year, 10 pieces a year so your art is like valuable. You can mint as much as you want. Like the more people that hold your art, the more people know you and the more valuable the art is. So there's layers to it, right? So if you have a PFP collection that's worth $5, someone can be an XO collector for $5, but someone can go spend 20,000 on a one of one that no one will ever have, you know? So like that's the concept, where it's there's no need to be scarce. The whole world is abundant. Everything should be abundant, like should be, if there wasn't like dams, like water dams stopping the blockage of liquid capital in societies. I don't want to get into that.
I agree with you,
but you know what I mean.
with like abundance specifically in art, like definitely, because like it's something that I thought about too. Like, and at the end of the day, I think it's stupid to like slow down any kind of like artwork, whether it's on chain or not, like to try to like control supply. It defeats the whole purpose of expression, you know. So I definitely agree with you there.
For me, a piece is done when you mint it, because that's when you let go of it. That's when like it's out, the world owns it now, because my art is CCO. So like once it's out, I don't own it anymore, and like I love that aspect. Like it's like the letting go part of my process.
Nice. So where can people stay up to date? Should they just be following your page, or do you have another page
my
for the
Twitter.
collections?
No, I just follow my Twitter. I have the Lost Souls mint in my bio, but my website has all my other art, and I have a ton of threads. If you're on a computer and you go to my media and you like scroll down, you'll find a ton of threads, and I think it's a lot of fun to read. I had a lot of fun writing them. So
I'll pin another one about a portal emerged and Lost Souls you posted a couple days ago up top. But is there anything else you want people to know about your collection before we move on to another artist? Or does anyone else have a question for Underscore?
I could talk for a long time. I have nothing else to say right now. I'm cool, but I'll be around and I'll answer any questions and hang out until whenever this
like
ends.
what you're doing, man. I really like what you're doing. It's very inspiring. I mean,
thank you, man.
And being vulnerable like you did. You know, I know a lot of us can relate and resonate with that. You know, especially like with the you're sharing your thoughts on like social anxiety and expressing that through art. That was one of the reasons why I started writing as well, as a musician, just to like overcome.
Nice job. It was lovely to meet you up here. Great work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, keep up what you're doing, man. I like your art. I like your vibe. And
it means a lot.
The best, man. For sure.
Thank you, man.
All right, Underscore. Really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna definitely be tapping in more often.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love your story and I love your artwork, so I'm definitely gonna be following for whatever comes next for Lost Souls and a mysterious, or not. Sorry, confused with my own project. The a portal emerged. Next, I was gonna kind of pivot and talk to MintPad. MintPad, are you here?
I'm here. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing well.
What's going on?
It was fun. Listening to Exo, your story. It was I don't know. It's interesting just hearing all these different stories that creators go through, and you definitely have a lot of passion for what you're doing. So was amazing to see.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So we just wanted to like invite MintPad up as a featured guest so we could talk to people in the audience that like might be interested in launching their own NFT collections on Apechain. And so I guess like what can you tell us about your minting platform and like anything that might be beneficial for new artists to know?
Yeah, I mean, the one big thing for us, MintPad, we started about 2.5. I don't know. I can't keep track of it ever. 2.5 years ago, internally. My life as a creator isn't quite like EXO, and you don't really want me to draw things, but I got draw or make art. But I got into NFTs because I started Doge Pound about 3.5 or 4 years ago.
So were you launching NFTs before you made this platform?
Yeah. I started Doge Pound. I don't know if you're familiar with Doge Pound, but it's still like a top 100.
Familiar with them? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still like a top 100 NFT all time in sales. We've done over $100 million in sales on Doge Pound. So I started with that, and
Was Doge Pound your start as an artist?
yeah, I guess I don't know. It's weird. I don't really like consider myself even an artist. I don't know if that's like
And you got an NFT minting platform. You definitely got some imposter syndrome.
yeah yeah. No, I mean like on Doge Pound, for example, I wasn't necessarily the artist that made all of the art. It was I've been in like startups for I don't know last 14 years of my life, and so I used to do a lot. I owned a gaming company. We made a bunch of mobile games, and used to make a lot of mobile products. And so I had a friend of mine who was with me all these years making artwork, and he was actually the guy that did most of the artwork for Doge Pound back in the day. So that's how I kind of got into NFTs. I've outside of maybe just helping you guys launch, if you guys ever need someone to throw ideas around or get feedback or just manage some of the things you're going through, I've definitely been in the deep end of NFTs. We've gone through Doge Pound at one point, like the cheapest one you could buy was like $16,000 to now it's worth a couple hundred. So I've gone through um, the journey of being like a hero to many people, to being someone that people hated, to just having to deal with a lot of stress. And
So you rode through the entire bear basically, and you're still here.
oh yeah. We haven't stopped since we got here, but so it's been a wild ride. And we've helped all sorts of creators. Like one of the everyone likes to throw around the word utility, but one of the first pieces of like quote unquote utility for Doge Pound back in the day is we were like the first big project to have a launch pad. So we would actually help a lot of big NFTs at the time launch their NFTs. So like Journey Crypto, who just launched his project on Apechain, he's been a friend of mine for many years. Like we helped him launch Journey Club back in the day. That was a big thing. And like Neo Tokyo and all these like projects we were helping like behind the scenes and helping our communities get early access to it. And then and then maybe about a year into Doge Pound was when we kind of made MintPad. It was kind of just acted as this fun little internal tool at the time to help us and help some of our partner communities make NFTs. At the time, this was just on Ethereum, help people make NFTs easier and do all the art mixing and just just make it easier for people. And then within the last year and a half or so is kind of when we've branched out and we started supporting a lot more chains. And then probably about 2 months ago is when we started supporting Apechain test nets, and then obviously mainnet here today. Yeah, so I have a lot of experience with NFTs. I was also part of the team that acquired Pudgy Penguins back in the day. So I've gone through the ringer with NFTs, and I can't say I know everything about the journey for all these artists is all different, and we are quickly, learning that, having working with some of you guys, and people have different use cases and different things they need help with, but definitely have a very big background in NFTs in the last 4 years, and we'd love to help you guys as much as we can.
So I guess what are costs like for someone that doesn't know anything about launching their own collection on Apechain
Yeah, like right now,
through MintPad?
yeah, actually, this is one of the beautiful things about Apechain. You can go on to MintPad, so you can use all the tooling for free. So we don't charge you anything. It's all, eventually we'd like to get to the point where it's all self-service and you guys can do whatever you want. It does kind of exist that way right now, but there is many times where we still have to hold the creator's hand because our tools aren't perfect yet. But like an Apechain, for example, if you want to go out there and make, 721 collection, get it all launched, I mean, it'll cost you like 20 cents or less, which is awesome. If this becomes the trend, we support a lot of chains over the years, and we encourage artists to use test nets because they are free. But one of the nice things about Apechain, you can pretty much just go and do, since it's such a low barrier to entry, you can go and just test most of these things directly on the main nets. And Apechain's been great. Like the performance on Apechain is really, really good. I've been impressed with it.
With MintPad, is it entirely self-service, or is it more of like a guided platform? I mean, I've used it, but I'm just asking for people that might not have.
Yeah, I think it depends on your use case. Like we've had, again, like I feel like we always talk about this, like Monkeys, for example, right? Like Monkeys was made on MintPad, and I have no idea who made Monkeys. They didn't ask for any help. They just went there and made it, versus, other artists who, I think like a one big hiccup that we see is if you're not using our generator and generating all your JSON files and your artwork in one, like maybe you already have all your artwork done, but you don't have JSON files done, then that becomes kind of a little bit of a confusing part for artists at the moment. So it just depends. We help. It is like self-service, but we help all the artists as well. So we're every single day, like right now, we're helping a lot of Apechain artists just kind of work through parts where they get stuck.
That's one of the best things I've heard about MintPad. Basically, is that you guys are so nice. Is it like, are you a one-man team, or like what's the MintPad team look like, and like how do people reach out to you for help? What kind of things do you help with?
To be honest, there's times where we'll spend like 5 hours with artists, and that we make MintPad, we make money when the consumers mint things, and that might only make us like $10, but for us, we just see the longevity and becoming a trusted platform. And yeah, we're definitely on the side of creators, so we want to help you guys with anything you can. I guess just to answer your question too, in terms of like getting help, I mean, we do answer emails. I would say I'm a little bit slower at emails, but there's a lot of people that are opening Discord tickets. We're helping them in there, or just DMing us directly on Twitter and asking us for help as well. So we'll help you guys no matter what. And if we can't, We'll be honest with you as well.
I launched on MintPad because it was one of the earliest ones that was available. I thought it was a really awesome platform. It was like pretty much self-service. There was like barely any hiccups. That was probably my fault on the first day, but like the yeah, I mean that's just what I want to like explain to people that might not know. You could just log on there right now, and you don't need to request anything. Like you can launch your own NFT at any point. Like you said, the examples with monkeys, but anybody could do this with 20 cents bridged over from any chain using a relay. So,
Yep.
Thank you for coming up. Is there anything else you want to leave people that they should know about MintPad?
No, I think you covered it pretty well. Like I said, I think Apechain is also one of the few chains I've seen, in the last year where, again, like the barrier to entry is just very low, and it's not. We want to kind of lower the barriers and not make it intimidating for artists, and it's nice to just play around with. Again, it's not expensive. You can go in there, you can use things and build things and test things, and it's fast too. The performance is good, so I've been really impressed. I think, like, truly, if you're an artist in here and you're not sure if you want to try something on Apechain, I would encourage you to definitely get in there and give it a shot.
Yeah, it's a super welcoming environment in general. Apechain is for artists, so definitely like if you're thinking about doing an NFT, do it. Put it out there. There's no harm. Go talk about it. Try Mintify. Blever's up here too. Try Blever. Contact them. Like give it a shot.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up and sharing your platform. I appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions for like MintPad or about MintPad before we?
Yes, I'd like to jump on the mic real quick. This is just a general question. MintPad and we're already in an open forum right now, but just for general artists and creatives, MintPad, do you take a system where you have to vet the artist in advance to determine if the art is like in alignment with what you want on the platform? Or is it kind of I'm an artist, I really want to try something, I don't have to be an expert at this. Do you take all ranges and skills, or how do you kind of foresee the perfect artist to be on your platform?
Yeah. There is no quote unquote like perfect artist for us. It's really anyone that wants to try anything. So it doesn't really matter to us if you get 1 mint or 0 mints, or if you have one follower or 20,000 followers. It's we'll help all of you guys. There's we just want to make sure we're like a positive part of your journey, and we can help you do whatever you want. And then, I mean, who knows? You see all these artists too that maybe they start off like really slow, and then you see them a year later and they're very, very successful. So we don't want to be like a deterrent to anybody's journey as an artist. So it doesn't matter, who you are as an artist. We'll help you regardless.
I just added one thing I saw on your profile to the jumbotron. It was Mint Quest. Looks like you guys are like promoting people creating NFTs. They get on some sort of leaderboard. Is that pertinent to this, or am I just grabbing it something random?
That's for it's for a different chain, so it's probably not as interesting to people here. But
Got
yeah, we try to do also like campaigns with different chains that we support and give artists like opportunities to different things that maybe the chain is sponsoring, or we do stuff with like the Hug, if people are familiar with the Hug, where they do kind of like art quests and to be exhibited in certain areas. So yeah, I don't know, there's so many things we want to do with MintPad, so I think over time as well, like obviously Blever, we have a lot of respect for Blever as well. There's probably going to be like reasons why you should use something like Blever versus MintPad, just depending on what you're trying to do with your journey. So, yeah, it's nice to see that we have a lot of good tools here. And there's a lot of support for creators on Apechain right now.
Yeah, thank you for coming up and speaking. I appreciate it, and I hope that. Or does anyone else have anything to say? CryptoFace, were you going to ask something?
Yeah, I had a quick question. He was kind of answering it, but I was just also going to ask because, like you said, there's multi-use cases depending upon which route or who you end up going with. But I was going to ask you what were some of the key features that make MintPad stand out as being the go-to platform for multi-chain NFTs. And do you have any plans for partnerships with Apechain projects, or maybe something for Apechain in general?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in pretty close connection with a lot of the ApeCoin team for quite some time. Like, as you know, we even supported all the testnet stuff for a while. And I mean, to be honest, as well, like as a product, we have to make decisions on like where we spend more time with some of these chains. And like, truly, I'm not just saying this because it's an Apechain space. Apechain has definitely been one of the more successful chains and exciting chains that we've worked with in the last, really like 2 years. I mean, there's a lot of these chains that we add where there's just not like a whole lot of a creator economy happening on these chains. So that part's exciting to me. I think like from a tooling perspective, my like the biggest thing, like the biggest journey that I want to get to with MintPad is just have really easy accessibility to tools. I don't know, like over time, depending on where we go, if we'll be able to like, hand touch or curate some of these things as much as something like a Blever would do right now. But we just want to make it super accessible so you guys can get on there and try things and launch things. And, we will help you. We'll help you with anything you need. But ideally, if we make the tools good enough, you guys can use your imagination really to create anything you want. So that's where I want to get. That's where I want to get, and I always want to have it be free, so there's no barriers to entry, and you guys can. Yeah, I know I throw around the word like accessibility a lot, but that's like a big thing in our company as a founder, like accessibility to the tools to do things that you want to do. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question or not, but
Nuclear Samurai, you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I just want to say I launched my Lines project on MinPad, and yeah, for everyone else who's also said that these guys are really helpful. They did literally spend 5 hours with me working through some issues and stuff that was happening, and they even gave me the alpha on the upcoming tools and stuff that I don't know if I can share that, but like, if you're thinking about launching with someone and you want something that is really self-service, if you don't have huge files, then it's awesome. And if you do, they'll help you. So at their own expense of all their own time. So yeah, man, I really appreciated your help the other night. It really made a big difference for me. And
yeah,
even though I made a big mistake on it, I'm just gonna live with it. I'll talk about it later.
oh man, yeah, me and Nuclear, we went through some. It was fun. That's like the fun part of it too. I mean, you go through like these last second struggles to like get these art things out, and it's like a last minute scramble at times. And yeah,
in my defense, he did warn me. He a couple of days like before, he's like, "Hey, have you done this?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
yeah, one thing I'll say, I mean, Nuclear doesn't even have to say what he's talking about, but yeah, if you make anything, and again, I think like our tools, there could be things that could help this, but make sure if you're an artist, especially you go through this self-service and you want to make something on MintPad, always just test it. Like especially on Apechain where it's so cheap. If it's going to cost you 20 cents, like go through, make your whole collection, and just if you want, like literally mint all of your NFTs and look at them on like Magic Eden, for example, and make sure it looks like exactly how you want it to, and then go ahead and do the final one. It'll help you just avoid a lot of things. That's why I try to do with all of our collections as well, because you never know, there might be some error that pops up or something that you didn't see the first time. So we could never do this right, but that's one of the beauties of something like Apechain.
I guess as like one last thing, like I'm kind of curious. You talked about how Apechain is like one of the most exciting chains you guys added in like the last 2 years. Is there anything in particular that excites you about Apechain, or is it what exactly sets us apart? I guess from an NFT launching platform's perspective.
Yeah. Well, no, truly, like the performance of Apechain as a actual chain network, it's really good. So it's really fast. There's some that plenty that we work with that are more expensive and slower. So it's very efficient and it works really well. That's a huge part of it. I know that seems like kind of like, oh yeah, that's obvious, but it's not really that obvious if you go out and use some of these other chains as a creator. You know, like one of the chains that we're working with today, I won't say who it is, but it literally would take a solid minute every time just for one transaction to go through, and it's way more expensive.
He's
So
not
that
naming any names. Ethereum.
yeah yeah or Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's no. So that's I think it's really important, and then obviously beyond the performance, truly I think a lot of this goes back to the credit of people that are already creators inside this ecosystem. You guys have made it fun for people to actually want to be here, and a lot of the other chains just don't have that. I mean, we deploy their tools, and there's just, even if we're getting support directly from the chains, a lot of times there just isn't like this group of creators that's ready to make things. So it's not surprising to me either, right? Like Bored Ape Yacht Club and this whole community that's been built around it for all these years, we know that it's one of the better creator economies, but it truly is some of the best builders in the space. Yeah, so it's just a combination of those two things. It works well, and there's actually people that want to build things.
Thanks for that gassing up of the community, and also explaining, how the efficiency of Apechain. I appreciate you coming up and talking about your platform, and you guys should definitely check out MintPad if you guys want to release some of your art on Apechain.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. So our next guest artist is going to be RFDZ. How are you doing, boss?
Hey, hello.
Hey, I can hear you.
Hey, I think Belio should go first.
Belio? Oh, okay. Sure, let's do it. Sorry, I didn't know how to pronounce your name. I thought it was Belio. Belio, what's up?
What's up, guys? Sorry, I felt asleep for like the last hour. No, I'm fucking joking. I'm here. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I think that I have like one piece of like EXO, but I'm not sure. Like, man, did you ever did anything like on Manifold?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, because I think that I didn't know you, right? But I was like scratching like the collection on Apechain, like when it came out first, right? And I went to your collection. I said, "Oh, wow!" But I think I know this guy, and I think I have one of your piece or more from Manifold, but it's another name, right? I mean, you don't have to say it, like I don't even care, like because I think then I recognize this style. So like I said, oh, that's pretty dope.
I don't know. So there's another guy that I was really inspired by when I started. His name is C3. He's an Iranian artist. He's extremely talented. He's on Tezos and ETH. Huge shout out to that guy. Amazing. Our faces are really different now, and it's a completely different concept. Like I make glitch art and stuff. Maybe the one that you have might be the collab with Bongdo. I don't know if you remember that one. It was
Yeah,
called, like,
yeah. That one,
yeah.
exactly.
That one was crazy.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, man. Oh, okay. Congratulations. Like, I know that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Thank you for collecting.
No, always. Like, for sure, I'm gonna grab one of those lost souls because, like, I mean, if I like it before, for sure, like, I knew that I like it even now. Appreciate, and you drop it like on the Apechain. That's pretty cool because there is not so much art. I'm saying like art different than PFP and other stuff. I'm saying it's not yet there so much, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw Chimp Denza or whatever, or I don't know how to pronounce it, and that blew me away. And like, I have a belief that, like, if Yuga wins, NFT wins, and if NFT wins, Yuga wins. So like, why wouldn't you mount Apechain? You know?
100%. Like I think that it still like the main net for the NFT. So like having like a layer 3, it's just better for gas for sure. Like I mean, no brainer. But what's up, guys?
What's up? I just started talking to you the other day. Tell me about yourself as an artist or your background. I hadn't really known much about you, and now it looks like I should have. Your co-founder of Pepe.
It's better than you don't know. Trust me. Like,
Well,
it's too long, too dangerous.
no,
Like,
we got to get into it. Too dangerous? Now you have to tell.
No, but some here know me. Like pretty much all the apes. I think they know me because I dropped long time ago. I think like the first ape board ape derivatives. But that was really long time ago.
What type was that?
So like,
or what derivative?
I was called like the Stone Apes. I don't know if you ever heard it, but like it was 2021. So like, I think it was honestly legit the first ape board ape derivative. But the team like went like a little bit crazy. So like that was like a good experience.
What are you working on now, or what's your art
Right now I have I'm personally like thinking and looking like the Apechain, and I think then I'm like I'm not personally doing any art or anything, so like I'm just like curating something, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna drop like some white list or like something on the Apechain pretty soon. I'm thinking like this week. But I want to take like calm, because I see then there are going a lot of like collection derivative and stuff that I love it because I always do derivative, but looking to do something different. For right now, I'm like vibing with all the other collection. I love my friend, like I love the chimps. I know that some of you, I don't know, I was in another space, had like some weird interaction, but I know the creator is here from ever. So like, I think that anyone like honestly like can have like some uh I don't know how to say, like it's not easy like building in this space like personally, like someone loves you and someone hates you, but I think that if we if we keep together, uh I don't think it's like really there are like super bad actor, because at the end, like if you stay in this space, like how bad you have to be. I mean, come on, like maybe someone just don't like you like personally, but so I love the chimps because the art is pretty fucking cool. I'll be honest, like it's really different. It's funny. It's easy, light, and I think it's a good collection for the ape. I see the Apechain maybe goes like more for like gamers or like younger people. I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe even like I don't know, sound fucking crazy, but 1 or 2 years, like um, it can take like pretty good, like comics. I don't know, like other stuff, like different than Solana seems like just a mess of like stuff. Like I don't know. Like I think then the
It's
ape.
swamped right now, you know.
Yeah, I think then the ape ecosystem. I mean, I wanna believe then they're trying to create something. I see even like that Thrive protocol with the million ape rewards, and I see then you guys like running spaces. There is already like a good community behind. These spaces are not like super insane mental health, crazy degen, screaming, hating people. Also, at least it's a decent space, because I was saying like in the fuck, man, do you remember the last time then Polly went insane? Like that was the last space then I was with you. Like my life was threatened in that space. But like yeah, I think it's a cool spot, like this ape chain. And I think that I don't have personally a board ape, okay, but I think that doesn't matter honestly right now. Like
You just need a coin. You need
yeah, it's
one ape.
just a bigger ecosystem. So I think with the coin and other collection makes it even like better. Like like why not? Let's try, because all the other protocols, I'm not saying that they failed, but are a little bit like complicated. So like this one, maybe try to, if all the apes are guarding the chain, and then the mutant are guarding even more, we can be in a good spot. No, I'm fucking, but I think that this project that I'm curating, I think it's gonna be like, it's really light, really funny, and I think it's gonna be, you're all gonna like it. I'm gonna try to connect with most of the collection, even if you guys can connect me to try to give like whitelist spot and like more info. It's just like even to bring more eyes on the ape chain in general. I think then if one win, we can win all together. That's how they say. I don't know.
Yo, can you
Stuff like
whitelist
that.
mysterious dudes?
We can, if you guys like, we can go in DMs, and I should like you also like in the Chimps chat, and you can add me in another chat if you want, guys, and by this week, 1 week or 2 weeks, like everything should be ready.
I'm wondering. Wait, can you give us any alpha or details about your collection? Any more details about the art or anything? I'm super curious.
Okay, I'll tell you that it's about monkeys for sure, and it's like
I love it.
really light and really funny, and I think it's really fucking good. But I cannot tell you more because if I'll tell you more, then I'm gonna start talking, and I know myself, I'm gonna just say everything. So like, I
If
have
you
to
don't
shut up
drop
now.
like the #1 cannabis community NFT and start vibing out in spaces and teaching stoners how to smoke weed and buy NFTs in 2021, I'm a FUD you to zero, dude.
Well, can you talk any more about your like history, like either as an artist or just in a space? Because I literally like I wish I knew more about you, but I don't. Maybe it's because I've
Yeah,
joined
yeah,
late.
yeah, yeah. If you want, I'll tell you. Like honestly, after the collection, then I found out that this space is pretty fucking weird. I went a little bit like maybe sideways. I don't know. Like I'll be honest. Like I run this space. Then it's called CAC from probably like 2 years randomly. Like it's not every day. Could be every day, but could be not any day. And honestly, I just like running spaces and meet people in crypto, and we don't talk about much about like I don't know collection in general, coin or whatever. It's just like a madness space. Mostly people are screaming to each other, and I don't mute anyone. Can go and it can go like completely stupid to full politics, philosophy. I don't fucking even know what to say. Like I'm just like really vibing and smoke a lot of fucking weed. I'll be honest with you, like a lot of like weed, like insane amount of weed,
How
and,
much
and
exactly? How much exactly? If
like
you're
I
talking
think then
insane.
okay, I think then personally I consume at least 3 ounces a month minimum. So you can go 3 or 4 ounces a month. I think that I smoke between 3 and 5 grams for sure a day. Like, and I smoke all spliff. So like, I don't fucking know. I smoke weed and I like vibing with this stupid NFT. How it was before? It's pretty complicated right now because uh, people are degening with these fucking meme coins. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's good. We're
Yeah,
just
let's get
figuring
back
it
to
out.
just smoking weed and buying pictures, right?
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. That's fine. But I think it's okay if we're trying to build something more because like I'm sure that like many of like between artists and other product they will come out from like the Web3 crypto whatever heck we want to call it. Like they will be related to this world. Like I don't know. Like I saw like the doodles today with that McDonald partnership, right? And I'm thinking that okay, I remember when they dropped doodles, that's like maybe like more like a VC stuff and everything, but shows that I want to believe that anyone can do it. Like meaning like maybe not even completely alone if you want, but even if you it's like a group of people, friend, and they work like and I think and it takes time. That's the fucking problem on this space. Then I personally believe then it takes time because like even Doodle took like 2-3 years and they have a lot of money. So like even the Bored Ape, like they were like what the fuck? How much was the peak? Like an insane amount of like dollars, right? Like, but they're not dead. So like it takes time, and I think then here this space makes people insane because you see like a tweet like, oh, I spent one sol, I made $1 million, and you say, what the fuck? Like, I didn't make it like this week. And I'm crazy, you know. But I want to believe that people are building, and I think it's also like a different time. I believe, maybe like I hope for NFT another product that no one keep like calling each other like bad actors, scammers, or like stuff like that. Because I mean there are for sure, but I learned one thing that I never heard a fucking scammer keep coming back in this space and building. That make no fucking sense. Like that's not a scammer. Maybe they made mistakes, you know, because also it's a new technology, new protocols. No one knows what it's correct or not. So like I'm sure that sometimes it can be perceived as a mistake, but you know, like I think that's a good place. And beside that, like fuck it, let's vibe with this ape chain, and I hope then what I'm gonna drop is gonna get all the fucking ape community together and go at least like insane for like, even if it's like 3-4 days, we can just move with Twitter and X, like post some eyes on the ape chain, because if one moves the eyes, then the eyes are there. So like I think that I hope to do that. Like fuck it, I'm trying to connect with everyone. So like if I'll do it, I'm trying to do it for myself for sure, but for everyone else too, because like that's the truth.
Should people just follow you, or where should they go to stay up to date?
Yeah.
Or
Just
mint?
for sure follow me, and I will keep coming to your spaces. I see Chris too, like that spaces with G Spot. I see then you guys always do space. So like I will keep like moving around. I'm always like here, try to keep like up. When I have like big, like I don't have like a real sleep schedule, like pretty nice. So like whenever I'm up, like I'm here. That's I drink a fucking coffee and I should be good.
That sounds kind of like my sleep schedule. So
Yeah, it's
I could
super
feel that.
fucked up.
Yeah, it works though.
But that's bullish because like when was like the super bull run, like there was no sleep schedule. So like if we can fuck up for real our sleep schedule, that's a good sign, you know. Like if we go like to sleep like
dedication.
regular hour, like I feel then we're not in a good place.
That's when we really start making money, when we start hitting some licks at 3 a.m. before anybody's awake.
That's when the art gets weird too.
Exactly. That's when it's like, what the fuck is that? Like I should buy. Let me buy that frog.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up and talking. I don't know. Do you want to field questions from people? Because it sounds like you don't want to talk much about the
whatever you wanna talk, guys, ask me AMA, even
Anybody
in
got
my
any
DM
questions for
here.
Leo?
But besides, thanks for this space.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. It was nice, like meeting you. I guess over voice or whatever, and learning about.
Oh, same, guys.
All right. Next, why don't we have nuclear samurai? You feel like coming up and talking about your collection?
Yeah, man, sure thing. Thanks for having me, guys. Sorry, yeah. You might be able to tell from my accent that I am Australian. Please don't hold it against me.
I someone to get you. No, I love Australians, dude. I was just watching Love Island. I'm just kidding. Does your
Oh shit.
when is tell me about your like history as an artist.
Yeah, sure. So I've been an artist my whole life. I'm in my mid-30s now, so I've been around the block a couple times. But yeah, for me, I always was always driven to draw on everything that was around me. Started digital art pretty early and stuff with this is pretty terrible, but MS Paint art. I was a mad little MS Paint drawer. And then yeah, natural progression, went to Photoshop, learned a bit about 3D, learned a bit about everything, and then eventually I was like, oh, you know what? I might get into photography so I can take better reference photos.
So you
That's gonna be
started with MS Paint first. You were a digital artist from
yeah,
like the
man.
beginning.
Yeah, dude. I'm talking like mid 90s, like mid 90s. I was like a little kid on MS Paint
I love
drawing
it.
shit, like drawing literal shit. Like it was terrible, but I have this real big appreciation for meme art because of it, because it's so nostalgic for me. Because I'm like, oh man, just that experience of being able to just like create something with so little tools. It was just awesome. And like I've always had that with me, this drive to just experiment and play with just what's around me and make something with it. And yeah, I got into in my mid-20s. I got into photography because I thought that it'd be real easy. Anyone who's actually a photographer would know that it's not that easy. So yeah, I got a camera and was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. And so I was like, watched one tutorial, and then I ended up like spending the next 15 years of my life just like, well, the next 15 years of my life just totally like engrossed in photography. I ended up going to uni, studying as a mature age student, and I did a bachelor degree in photography. And because I was noticing with my work that it was really aesthetically driven, but it wasn't really saying anything, and it wasn't the kind of images where you look at it and you go, oh wow, that's something I want to look at again. And so yeah, I ended up going and studying to find out how to do that, how to get narrative, purpose, and value into my work, and how to like really express what I was feeling through images. And so yeah, that ended up being my career as well. I ended up getting a job as a commercial photographer and working as doing product photography, commercial photography, lifestyle photography in Australia. And then in 2022, my dad died, and I had a daughter, and these two big major life events happened really close to each other, and they both made me really think about what I wanted to do with my like life. And yeah, it pushed me to go, hey, you know what? I really wanted to get into NFTs back in 2017, and I just never pulled the trigger. And so I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna onboard myself. And so I like actually sat down and forced myself to learn it. And then, my entry in 2022 was probably not the best time to enter because it was like winding down of the bull market and stuff, and it was kind of like peak engagement farming. So every post that you would see would be like, oh, show your art here, and like, oh, who's got art I'm buying, and no one would ever buy shit. So like it was
Like right around when I joined too, like right around
yeah,
Coinbase NFT launch or something, early 2022.
that's it, yeah. And so you know what it was like, with there was a lot of noise happening, and there seemed like not a lot of ways to actually get like noticed or seen or heard amongst all the voices. And so, but I just persisted. I just stuck to it, and I found some little communities, and I found some PFP groups to get into and stuff. And I launched my first big collection in the end of 2022. I did this project called the Nuclear Samurai Project, and it's where I ended up getting my name from. Originally, it was a different name before, and then it just kind of stuck. But yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing back then either, but it ended up being pretty successful. And from there I started getting into this kind of like AI post photography kind of style of art, where I was really exploring existential kind of themes through this simulacrum of photography, and using my skills as a photographer to create images that were, engaging, and really lean on my experiences and my like eye for it to communicate ideas through this like art that was surreal and like not quite, not quite there in reality and stuff. And I think that there's something really interesting to explore.
Can you tell us what any of those kind of like photography AI hybrid pieces look like, or what your process was for that?
Yeah, so when that happened, I'd gone from doing this kind of like expressionistic style into doing this like that photorealistic style that I developed for the Nuclear Samurai project, because that project was like a futuristic cyberpunk kind of narrative driven story piece that went for, there was 100 PFPs, and each PFP got like airdrops every week that were an airdrop which had a PDF story minted with it. And so there was this story that I was telling over 10 weeks, and as I was developing that style, it was more photorealistic. I started bringing that into my more creative work as well. And the first pieces that I did were like things like really wistful, like people standing in water and looking out into, nothingness, and really existential. And actually, one of my first pieces like that was collected by Claire Silver, and that really kind of like opened a lot of doors for me into this more fine art kind of world. And she curated me from that into an exhibition early 2023 in NFT Paris. And so those works were like, there was a horse in an art gallery rearing up. That one's called The Last Artist. And then there was a wolf standing in New York City, just these like really using these animal allegories to tell these like really surrealistic kind of visions and stuff. And they were early photorealism, so they weren't very photorealistic. They were this kind of like very clearly weird, like not quite realistic AI. And I actually think that I have more of a preference towards that than towards the more perfection driven stuff, because like cameras exist and you can take a photo, but like making the shit that AI makes is not as easy to do with a camera. You can do it, but like it is its own kind of like language, and I find that there's something really interesting about the way that it works. Like EXO earlier was talking about something that I feel very strongly about, and that's this kind of like collective unconscious sort of feeling. And it's something that I'm very, very much like. I'm very spiritual in that way, that I believe that we have this like shared human experience and this shared human connection that like expands across like all of time. And like I think that when you see this thing where people come up with the same idea at the same time, you see it a lot, like this real synchronicity where people will come out with the same thing, and you'll see all of the people talking about the same thing. And I think that it's like two factors. One is like the collective unconscious, and two, it's like this cultural, that's what needs to be said right now, and it's just about who's saying it. So anyway, that's a bit of a digression. But yeah, those pieces that were in NFT Paris kind of really opened up my collector base, and really kind of like introduced me to a lot of new people. And I found myself exhibiting all around the world in 2023. And yeah, it was like, for someone who's, I've always been wanted to be an artist and stuff, to have those opportunities. I've never seen anything like that in the trad world and stuff. And like
That's
being able to,
super impressive.
yeah, it was crazy. Like I like thinking about it. 2023, I exhibited in Paris, Korea, Japan, Turkey, Barcelona, Romania, Rome, New York, Los Angeles, and many of these I exhibited more than once too. So like I did New York like 4 times in 2023. So it was crazy, and like this is something that I think the crypto space does better than anyone else, and that's opening the doors and opening the boundaries and lowering the walls and giving people these opportunities to reach out to other people. And I think that having the ability to have someone collect your art and then be able to have a relationship with them as well is something that has not really been that easy to do as a traditional artist before either. And being able to have a collector base and people that you can talk to and people that you can relate to, I think that is a really big kind of like a big positive to this kind of like technology that we use to do art with.
I had a couple questions that you talked about a lot. I guess one, are there any tools you would recommend for like people that want to get into experimenting with AI and photography?
Oh yeah. So AI, there's a couple things that you can do. Like if you are not very technically minded, you can get into Midjourney is very easy to use, and it's very hard to make a bad looking image with Midjourney, but it is also hard to make something like completely unique and stand out that's yours in Midjourney as well, because you really have to kind of push it to find your own aesthetic if you're going to be using Midjourney. I still use it a lot for things like when I'm doing videos. Midjourney, like CREF, character reference, is probably one of the best and easiest ways to get a consistent character across multiple images. So Midjourney is definitely a plus. Got a pretty reasonable computer, or you're experienced with like hiring compute, which is not that expensive and not that hard to do. You can get into Comfy UI, and Comfy UI is just the framework to run Stable Diffusion. And there's so many different models that you can get into, and I would recommend if you want to start going down that route, you could go to a place called Civ.
Is he rugging? Can you guys still hear
Oh,
me?
my wife just tried to call me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
thought
can
I
you
was
hear me?
losing.
My wife just tried to.
I can
No,
hear
no,
you.
you
I
did.
thought
My
I was
wife.
losing internet. I was gonna have a panic attack, but thank you.
Nah, my wife just tried to call me. That's all. Yeah. So I'm just gonna send her a text.
Feel free if you need to take the call.
No. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, cool. So yeah, Civet AI, you can get onto it. I would recommend that if you don't love seeing shitloads of porn, and turn a filter on, because like people use that tool to do everything and it's crazy. But the good thing is that you can use those tools to make anything you want, and so you can train your own models. You can train like you can use the tools to basically load up the images that you want to, images that you've made. It could be stuff that you've drawn, photos that you've taken, stuff like that. And you can create your own model that basically means that when it's kind of like, it's not entirely your own model when you do it through Civet. It's called a LoRa, and basically it's a style modifier that is something you have control over by what the information you feed to it. And so a lot of my stuff I do with my own kind of LoRa, so that it has my own like take on it, and also so I have a bit more influence in the creativity of it. So like Lines was done with a custom LoRa kind of by accident. I'll get into it later. But the tools, the main ones, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and then there's other things. You can also use ChatGPT, creates images with DALL-E 3, and also Twitter. If you got Twitter Plus, you can use Grok to make stuff as well. And I've done collage art that's had stuff made in Grok and DALL-E 3 and Midjourney, and I've cut them all out manually in like Photoshop and then put them all together. Like, there's no limit to how you can use these tools. And I see a lot of people like hand-wringing about some stuff with AI. Obviously, it is not the same as making things the traditional way, and it's not as labor intensive, but you can put a lot of work into stuff doing it this way and make it your own. Like there's no limit to your creativity except the only way that you limit yourself.
Well said. Do you want to transition into your work that you started on? Well, I guess I was just going to comment that based on you traveling all around the world and exhibiting your work in other countries, it sounds like starting to create NFT work like changed your life pretty significantly.
Well, I will put a note on that. I didn't get to travel around the world. All my art got to travel around the world. I was invited to all those things, but I wasn't successful enough to pay for all of that. And also, I have a career and a kid as well. So sadly, I couldn't go to all of them, but I did get to travel to New York and I got to travel to LA. So that was cool. But yeah, look, the opportunity to travel everywhere was there, but the things preventing me were, having responsibilities like a family and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, NFTs did change my life, and they did it in a way where I have this outlet for the creativity that I've always had, and I have this way to share things with people, and I have these communities to talk to and show art to, that we have the feedback in the discussion, and I get to see the artists that I love and talk to them and talk about their art. It's amazing. Like NFTs are something that I'm incredibly bullish on because they represent something that has been missing from my life for all of it until now.
Do you want to talk about Lines?
Yeah. So Lines is the series that I released on Apechain. I originally developed it I've been developing it for a couple months. I was developing it for another L2, but I just didn't get the vibe from it, and I was like, yeah, nah. And then I started seeing all the stuff about Apechain, and I've always really liked the community and stuff as well. So I've always I was in a derivative project and stuff, so we always really liked apes and stuff from there. So yeah, I was just seeing a lot of the energy, and I was seeing a lot of the discussions around art, and I was seeing people be actually excited about the art and stuff, and that was something that made me think, you know what, I'm gonna share this work here. So Lines, I started developing it with this one particular idea where I was working a lot with these, foundational shapes like cubes and pyramids and things like that, and I was building this Laura that was focusing on creating those foundational elements to look in a particular way. And then I started getting these accidental outputs coming out of it, and there were these really trippy kind of really checkerboards, lines, a distorted kind of strange, almost abstract, almost real, sort of in between sort of thing. And as I was creating them and they were coming up, it was surprising for me. I started pulling out all those examples of what was coming out wrong and started building a model out of that. And then from there, I started exploring this visual idea and started realizing what it was that was appealing to me about it. It was something that was that would draw you into it, and something that would look in a way that represented a specific feeling that is hard to explain. And I think that art is really powerful for doing that, for being able to pull out hard to explain ideas that may not have perfect words to express, like if I could just write it down, I would just write it down, but I can't. So I find that pulling out these images and going and curating them through, I probably produced about 2 or 3,000 images to whittle it down to the 666 that it ended up being. And I would go through them and I'd be like, yes, this, no, that, and a lot of rounds of curation that went through. But this particular feeling that I was going for, if I had to describe it as words, would be the borderline between order and chaos. There's something that's in between just being on the edge of losing control, and I think that it was also a lot about the ways that we are drawn to do one thing over another, and whether or not that's something we have a choice over. And so I really wanted to represent those ideas throughout this long form story. And I think that one of the benefits of doing larger collections like these is that you can tell a really broad story that touches across this theme from all these different angles. And so then when you see one image next to another, it just reinforces the theme, and it creates this like more complicated narrative than you could with just 10 or 20 images. And I think that it's one of the real strengths of doing of NFTs and large NFT collections is that you can produce work that tells a really reinforced theme and really kind of like opens up this idea more and more and more. And so yeah, that was a real appeal to me. One of the things that happened with lines that I did allude to earlier when I was talking to MinPad was that I completely fucked up the JSON files. So the titles on all of them say MinPad demo NFT. And I've been talking to them about how to fix it, but like the solution to fix it, I don't think it's a really good solution for my collectors. And I think that honestly, I'm just going to have to probably own that as being the fucking part of the story. That line of order and chaos became fucking chaos when it came to the actual NFT minting. Like I said, I was on the phone, I was on a call with them for 5 hours, and it was 5 a.m. when I finally minted it, and it just slipped past me.
I had a
But
similar
yeah,
thing go down with mine. I have the wrong name locked down on the actual NFT names, even though I was able to change a collection name. But I just picked up one of these mints. I love the way that they turned out, and I can like the theme that you said. I'm sorry, one of these lines. I love the way they turned out, and your theme is like super distinct across the collection. And I agree with you totally about like NFTs allowing you to like present almost this like library of work that's an art piece in that way too.
yeah, like the whole body is an art piece. And thank you so much for minting, dude. I really appreciate it. And you know, one of the pieces of alpha about this collection is that at the end of this weekend, I'm going to cut the supply. So whatever goes down through this next couple of days is the last few minutes. So I want to kind of like, I don't want this dragging out for my collectors, and I don't want it to like, you know, lose any value and stuff in terms of, I don't know, perceived value. But there's a lot of art that I would have loved to have had revealed, but I'm looking at the ones that are revealed, and I was weighing up. I'm like, you know, if this was all that existed of it, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing. There's a lot of really good pieces revealed, and there's some pieces that I'm like, you know what, those ones should have the value of being, you know, really exclusive. So yeah, I'm probably gonna see where it gets to in the next couple of days, and then I'll cut the supply down, and then I'll do some more communication around it. I've been wanting to communicate a bit more about it the last few days, but I've been like coding like crazy because I've been working on this thing, a big collaboration that I can't talk about perfectly, but it'll be in my near future. But yeah, I've just been coding like crazy.
I love the way they turned out. Um, and did you say they're still minting? Do you have like a link or anything that you want to share up in the jumbotron where people can keep
Yeah,
track of it?
I'll share the link. Yeah, so we've got let's see, I'll share the link. Yeah, that's the other thing with AI. I've been learning how to code with AI, and you know, I'm someone who's never coded before, but being able to hold on a second, I minted it, but it's not. Oh, I never actually posted this. All right, cool. Somewhere wrong. All right. Oh shit. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna make a new post to this because I thought that I'd made this post,
No
but for
worries.
some reason,
Good work. We can throw it up
But
here.
yeah, I've been learning to code with the assistance of AI, and there's new tools now that if anyone is interested at all and is, you know, like me and not very code inclined, you can use GPT to help you write code. You can use Claude Sonnet to help you write code, but you can also use this app called Cursor, and Cursor takes the code suggestions from GPT and Sonnet and helps you to implement them into actual code. And so the result of that is that, so when you do like, mint with, code with GPT and stuff like that, it'll give you these suggestions, and unless you know what you're doing, you might not know what to do with those suggestions. But Cursor will go and apply them for you, and most of the time it won't completely fuck it up. And so it's a total game changer when you're coding with assistants. And I've been able to like produce stuff that I've only ever had as ideas before. But now I'm being able to make them into something that is tangible and real and like interactive, and it just opens up all these possibilities for me with like what to do in the future with NFTs, and like because I think that's the other thing about NFTs, it sometimes gets overlooked. Like it's a great vehicle for art, definitely, but it's also a great vehicle for art that can't be produced in other ways or can't be collected in other ways. And I think that like that's something that's really valuable about the technology, is being able to mint these dynamic pieces or interactive pieces. It's not like you can go to a shop and go, hey, I want to buy a piece of art that I can interact with every day and get a new piece of art every day for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, but with NFTs and the way they work, you can do something like that, or you can give someone an experience that requires their feedback to be part of the art. And I think that that's really amazing. There we go. So yeah, Lines is still minting. There's we're at, I think, let's see, 100 and, hold on, sorry, just wait a sec for it to load. $150 out of 66. So there's quite a few pieces left, and whatever we sell in the next few days, I'll be cutting the supply a bit. I might even be airdropping to holders some of the remaining ones, just so I can get a bit more revealed. So that's the alpha on Lines for you guys. Thanks for listening to everything about it.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I thought I had my mic on for a couple seconds, but these are really gorgeous, and I love your story. I had no idea you had such a success with your work and about your history at all. But I'm definitely gonna keep this one. I'm probably gonna mint a couple more. I didn't know there were mintings. I scooped one off Magic Eden, but these are well worth it.
Yeah,
and this is like a
this
real
is
new take with AI art.
Thank you, man. And this is like, honestly, this is the cheapest work I've ever produced. Like in terms of like, it's the
Yeah.
most accessible, most affordable that I've ever produced, because I saw this opportunity in Apechain for something where it is really community driven and it is really kind of art focused. That I just wanted to reach out to some new collectors and give them some cool art and just experiment, because this is something that's a little bit outside of my normal style too. And so I just wanted to give people a chance to get my art cheap while they can.
Yeah, catch me minting several of these before you cut supply. After later today when I sell some meme coins. Thank you for coming up and talking. Does anyone have any questions for Nuclear Samurai? All right. Do you have anything else you want to like leave people with about your collection? Oh, sweet.
did.
Bort, what's up?
I did. Nuclear. Yeah. So I also was trying to use stable diffusion in the past, but I was having difficulty getting the proper application on my phone. Maybe you would like to walk me into getting it on my computer properly whenever you have some free time.
DM me, man. I'll get together with you. I'll point you in the right direction. Because honestly, dude, when I started, like, because like I said, Midjourney is very easy and stuff, but sometimes you want to do your own thing, and comfy, like, and Stable Diffusion is the way to do that. But it's not as easy as it seems, or as people who do it already would have you believe. There are some hurdles to it. So yeah, I can definitely point you in the right direction.
Great. I'll do that.
Sweet. Well, thank you for coming up and speaking, Nuclear. It was nice to meet you. I love your art, and I loved learning about your history. I appreciate you coming up and sharing everything with us. The last speaker for today is going to be RFTZ, but I don't know if his mic's working properly. He keeps hopping back and forth between speaker and listener, and then just bounced. There he goes.
Speak.
It worked.
Oh no, that was
Here, Bort, we could definitely. I'll definitely let you come in. But let me get through RFTZ because he's the last featured artist here. All right.
Yo, you can let Bort speak first, bro.
Hell yeah. All right, Bort, what's up?
okay. Well, thank you, husband.
Husband, you're welcome.
I know B. Leo from a past life. He's a great guy. He did run spaces every day, late night degen spaces. He has created a couple of projects just for the art. Isn't that a wonderful thing?
Yeah, that is. What kind of projects did he make before? Do you remember any of them?
The Simpsons punks, I think, like, they were an infinite supply. You could just keep minting them if you wanted. He always had a Simpsons theme to his artistic style. Let's see, there was the Simpsons punks, the Stone
Those
Days.
Simpsons punks in the banner look pretty cool too. I like them.
They were a good. I mean, the layers were shit. They botched it, but it was a good community. They actually had ties with other weed communities. Huge advocates for Web3 and cannabis. I wonder if you're gonna get them over Leo. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think they're gonna all come back as soon like this place is gonna get crazy.
It's a wonderful opportunity.
Well, now I'm even more intrigued.
Here,
I'm gonna have to watch for his mint.
There was Dicklebutts. Some artists came in begging for people to buy his shit, crying, and B. Leo saved him. Made a whole community out of it. It was so funny.
I'm crying. That was so funny, honestly.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, B. Leo. I hope you do something great for us.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, this one is a real legit project. I think it's gonna be the one that you all gonna like it. Because you all gonna like what I'm building. And when I'm dropping, you say, like, of course, this motherfucker knew it.
All I know is it's monkey related, and I'm trying to like guess as much as I can right now.
That was it. Oh, I also wanted to say, I mean, I don't really care about my price or nothing, but Bort is top 8 for all of market cap on Apechain
Congrats, dude.
Cannot believe my pornography works.
Your memes are fire. You're consistent. You show up every day. You're speaking in this space, dude. You deserve it. I'm super super happy for you, and I had to keep
I am
rotating for
literally
NFTs,
so
but I'm definitely going to be buying Bork because to me it looks like it's an established like leader on Ape already for when more liquidity bridges. So congrats, man.
I am onboarding real life people. I am onboarding crypto friends from the past. You'd be amazed at the hurdles I have jumped.
Yeah, speaking of, since I just shilled Bort's coin, I'm not going to shill mine, but I'm trying to submit this on ThankApe so I can get like a couple $100 for a challenge or something. So that's why I threw my ticker E dudes into this space in the title. So yeah, that's my token E dudes. That's the only shill I'm going to do for it, but I think that allows me to submit it for ThankApe. And if you guys haven't checked out ThankApe, it's got like a bunch of Apechain based quests or whatever that they give to people, but like a lot of the stuff we're already doing, like hosting spaces about your meme tokens, like hosting spaces where you have featured guests, or even just like show posts about like different Apechain projects. You can get like basically Apechain rewards for after they review it in like a week or something. So I didn't know anything really about this until like a week ago. So, or I mean, until like yesterday or 2 days ago. So I just found out a lot of the stuff that you can submit and get paid for. So I would check out ThankApe if you guys are already active on Apechain and haven't checked it out already. RFTZ, what's up? You ready, boss? He's ghosting. Yo, RFTZ, can you hear me?
I think it's
Hey, what's
lucky.
up?
Oh.
I like Bort.
good shit.
I like B Leo. I like Grimy.
Hell yeah. I thought I was rugging, like, I was like, shit.
Grimy.
How you doing?
I'm all good, bro.
I know we're vibing and it's DGen hours. Do you feel like telling people about your artistic history or, well, one, first of all,
Not really. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist.
you should have told me that before I bought
I'm a
your 101,
scammer.
you bastard. I'm just kidding.
I identify as a scammer, not an artist. I'm a rugger.
So what can people expect from you when they buy this
Nothing, bro.
picture of
Rugs.
McDonald's fries
Expect
for
to get
about
rugged
200
really hard.
I don't know. I think someone should buy the McDonald's fries so that my first RFDZ piece that I bought from you before I realized that your profession was scammer gained some provenance as the first NFT on by RFDZ on Apechain. So someone should definitely mint out this fries for that reason alone. If I'm being honest, if RFD's not going to show himself, he's forced me into this position.
One of the biggest scammer, but also one of the biggest art expert in the chain. It's pretty weird, this one. He knows so much about art, but he keeps scamming people.
Uses his art history knowledge for evil.
Oh man.
G-Spot, you better buy those fries, dude.
I'm on my way.
Are you really? That's the second. You'll have the second RFTC.
I'm just playing. I don't know, man. I don't
I'll
know.
have to DM you after and
I
sell
just
you
heard
one
scam and my ears perked up. I was
Bro,
I was
I'm gonna
fucking
tell
down
you, the
with
best
it.
kind of artist is a confidence artist, bro.
There you have it, G Spot. You better buy those McDonald's fries, and I'm gonna be in your DMs and on you all night in spaces until you buy it and make my art piece more valuable through profit. So, or whatever. So there you go.
I can't hit it with I was not letting it go through, man.
Is it not, dude? I guess when we're screen sharing later on the live stream, we can figure it out together. But
No, just here. Send me some 8, and I'll
for the
try it
big
with
ass
your.
piece.
I want to try it with your 8, bro.
For sure. So RSGZ, you want to leave anything with the crowd, or should I just pin your fries again and then open the floor to anybody that's got their own NFT? All right, so I just pinned the fries again. Thank you, RFDZ. You've been a wonderful speaker. He is a 10 KTF OG Bored Ape Yacht Club, like art history buff. Like he's just constantly like consistent in pretty much every community that I'm in, and like constantly posting art on
I'm
his
OG
timeline.
B Leo Spaces, bro.
OG Belio, OG fucking bored. This guy's OG King. Take a look at his fries. He's pretending he's not an artist, but he is. So I'll have to get him to talk some other time. But I want to open up the floor here. Does anybody want to? Oh, Nuclear, what's up?
Yeah, RFDZ. I love that that Abyss one that you got. That's all the screenshots that go infinitely into each other. That's a real fucking piece of shit art. You rug artist.
Yeah,
That's legend. It's legendary, man. I absolutely love it.
performance status art. Everybody's copying it now too.
That reminds me like a bacon piece. It's funny then there are fries.
Dude, I'm gonna have to end up being the collector of the fries as well. I'm gonna do myself dirty here.
Hey, wait. You'll actually be doing yourself a favor. By provenance, you'll be improving the.
I can't own the first and second RFDZ piece. There's no market. I'm just kidding. I'm actually happy with holding the first one. I snagged that one from Crypto Dilly. The fries, RFDZ hasn't sold me on the fries yet, but you should sell one of you guys on it. Does anybody else from the audience want to come up and talk about their NFTs? We can rotate speakers. Looks like Sandman's here. Does anybody want to drop off? Otherwise, like 5 seconds, I'm just going to kick off random people.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be heading out, but thank you so much, and it was great listening to everyone. So much fun.
Yeah, thank you. I love your art, and thanks for speaking.
Yeah, y'all have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, Grimy. See ya.
See ya. All right, let's bring up Sandman and NBA. All right, who wants to talk first? Sandman?
Hey, thanks everyone for minting out the project. It was really great. Looking
Oh my
forward
gosh,
to the
I missed
reveal.
it.
They're
What's
on
it
the
called?
floor. Portals.
Portals?
It's on the floor right now, unrevealed for 8 ETH.
That's a steal and a half for these hand painted like wonders. Yeah.
Totally.
me grab one. I missed the mint because I was driving today.
Oh shit.
Talk about your collection though.
Oh, it was sitting at like 660 or so, and then Garga minted one and tweeted, and it just went.
Garga mint. What do you mean portals? Dude?
Garga minted a portals, and then he tweeted about it, and then there's like 200 in the next minute.
Oh, that'll do it.
It was crazy. I was just watching the meter go.
How many? What's the supply? I still don't believe. How is it possibly sitting at 8? Am I looking at the wrong one? You got like 2,300 worth of volume, right?
23. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the volume.
This has got to be your collection, but I just
Yeah, it's got a pink check on it. It's 2,200 worth of volume. On the floor, 728.
I'm literally just gonna swap out of any one and sweep a bunch of these right now because I was waiting for this one. Do you feel like talking about your collection or sharing any links up top?
I don't have any more links right now. I'm gonna probably hold a space tomorrow for the reveal and talk about it more then. But these are all like hand digitally remastered photographs of original 2006, and each one is a one of one digital remaster of that photograph. So they're all unique and done with me, like drawing on an iPad with choosing the right view and then snapping a picture, basically. And yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad you aren't sharing much right now because it gives me the opportunity to sweep this before people realize how ridiculously undervalued it is.
I did post the
You
magic.
don't even know. You don't even know.
It's ridiculous. It's, I mean, the art itself is just like wild. And you took something that's like, I don't know, kind of reminds you of like Sand Mandalas or something, but like turned it permanent and on the blockchain.
Yeah, well, they're originally sand paintings. Yeah. Have you ever seen a time lapse of me making one of these?
No, I have not. If you got any of those videos, I'd share it too.
Let me let me find one and share.
Yeah, I was gonna play one of those on the broadcast too and talk about it whenever we go live again, Grimy, because it's amazing.
I would love to see that. I just tried sending myself money from Top Trader, and I don't think it even showed up.
Did you win that out yesterday?
I didn't play anymore, so I won 4th.
Okay, cool. Hell
yeah. NBA, do you want to come up and talk tequila?
So let's talk some tequila. No, man, I'm glad to see you guys. Grimy, G-Spot, Blue Eye Chris, Blabber, everybody, man. And it's just good to see that this is becoming quite a little family here, huh? Beautiful space, man. Thank you for hosting it. We had a mingle space. It was very, very successful. We were there when Sans minted out all of the collections, so we celebrated a little bit. And me, Honeybee, just pushing at the tequila project called Mingles. I'm gonna put it up there if you guys are okay with it. and I'm going to share a time lapse of one of our artists, Jesus Bobam, making a tequila bottle. So just real quick, Mingles is apes holding tequila bottles with baby little creatures called Mingles, which are tequila worms, and it's going to be very, very fun, a very unique lore, very, very original. It's kind of like bridging the apes towards the Mingles, so we stay on brand with Apechain. So hopefully you guys love it, and we're minting on November 19th, just as a reminder.
Did you pin it up top already?
No, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to put like a mint calendar together with all the artists that we speak with on here. I think that'll be super helpful for me, if nobody else. But I think it will be.
Oh, that would be dope. Yeah.
Honeybee, do you have a beautiful cello performance, or are you here to talk some art?
Oh, I'm always here for art. You know, I love collecting. First of all, again, congrats to Sandman for selling out. Fucking legend. And I don't know. I mean, we got some great art. Like this whole chain, bro. Like everyone just pumping out. I can play some cello if you want me to. I got to switch over.
I do. That's why I brought it up. I love you. I love your cello performances. I'm not gonna lie. You should play some cello.
Let me switch over to my iPhone. So I got the wide spectrum, and I'll play. So give me a second.
Love it. All right. If anyone else wants to come up and talk, you're welcome to request, or if any of the speakers up here board travel, go for it, because I'm still trying to get my ape straight so I can buy some portals.
What's up, Grimy? Good night, everyone. Man, congrats, Sandman, on the mint out. You know, I was supposed to have a loud list, but I minted it in the public. I minted a few, you know. But this guy's being like really, really, nonchalant about his skills. Like, you guys don't realize this guy has been on Sesame Street, right? Like the actual show, right? I was trying to find the tweet,
And
but
there's
it's on my
one.
Eddie Showbiz account and I couldn't find it. It's buried down. But yeah, he's over there doing like an actual sand art, like a sand painting on Sesame Street, right? Like the show that kids used to watch back in the days. You know, Big Bird and all of them, he's being modest, man. He's a dope artist. So just came to give him some flowers and congratulate him on the mint out.
Yeah, congrats on the mint out, but I really got to enforce it. No more talking about Sandman policy until I can buy it like at least 3 or 4 more of these. I'm just kidding.
Showbiz.
These are hyped as hell, though. I need to. I don't know what the hell I did. I think I just sent 10 to a totally random wallet as a test because I didn't get it, but I just grabbed my first one.
Nice, congrats.
I'm trying to
I
sweep
see.
because I honestly think this is stupid undervalued.
Yeah,
And I love the
definitely.
art.
I just
Uh,
posted a time lapse of me making a painting in Chicago this summer.
You gotta post the one with the clip from Sesame Street, man. You gotta pin it up.
All right, all right.
See, I've known this guy for, man, it's been a year already, since I joined a little over a year now, since August of last year, you through Grateful Ape Space, he's part of the Grateful Ape fam. So, I'm in their community, and when you are in tune with the people in this space, man, and you know their background, so Yeah, man. Sandman is the dude, man.
Uh,
You know.
Bank just doubled in market cap. I'm going to use that to sweep Sandman. But if anyone is in Bank, there's a good one
Yo,
since we're DGen
it's
hours.
printing, bro. That shit
Bank
is.
just hit. Honey, whenever you're ready with your song, go for it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll play some Bach. I play a little Bach. I always like Bach. It's like my meditation. If you guys don't know, Bach was written over 300 years ago, and it's crazy that we still perform it. It's a little tidbit.
That's insane. Dude, I love that
Guy's a
shit.
beast. Guy's a beast.
It's incredible. Honey, if you're here all the time, we should do like a segment in the beginning where you play fucking cello music if you're here. No pressure if you're not, but that
Yeah, no,
would
anytime.
totally set the tone, dude.
Anytime.
You should.
Yo, guys. So I know you guys don't know. Well, maybe somebody knows Honey in person, but I've been hanging out the last 6 months with him, and it's so funny, man. Because when you see him, he's like a little fucking man, like party boy. He looks very, very, very interesting, right? And he's fucking drunk all the time. So when I introduce him, it's like this is my friend Honey Badger, right? And then when he's playing cello, it's like, oh, this is my other friend Brian Cordova. Dude, guys got so many personalities, bro.
I love it though. I would have never guessed from the cello performance, and I don't know. That's beautiful. I'm definitely gonna be in your DMs trying to set something up for like a regular Apechain performance because that'd be sick.
No, I'm down. Definitely down.
All right. Does anyone else? I know Mintface from the audience requested to speak. Do you still want to? Because I could rotate if you do. Otherwise, I'll probably close down the space here and transition into Chris with the DGen hours at 11 o'clock. But if anyone else wants to speak, now's your chance.
I just posted up the Sesame Street episode and time lapse and other stuff in the nest.
Okay, yeah. So mine's up there ahead of it. I just posted. So skip back a few, and Sandman posted a couple links. Sorry, I didn't mean to cover them, but I just posted mine towards the end, which is a link for you guys to sign up for anyone that's interested in Apechain Art Hours. Like if you want to be a featured guest or show up your NFT collection, talk about your art, just click that last post. It's an easy Google form stock. You tell us what day you prefer. And anyone else who doesn't want to be an artist, helping me retweet that would help a lot because having the artist booked ahead of time, we could promote 3 days ahead of time instead of the day before. Really helps. So yeah, anyone that wants to feature their own stuff, go ahead and do that. We're gonna wind this space down now. I'll probably leave it up for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go to Chris's profile real quick and grab the Apechain DJ hour space so you guys have the link. And then I'm gonna leave it up top. Then probably just play some music, let you guys see it, rotate out of here. It was nice talking with everybody. Our next space will be Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So up top, there's Chris's space if you want to come. And I'm going to just post some general show links over the next couple of minutes before the recorded space ends. But see you guys later. For anyone involved in my mysterious token, the next clue's tomorrow. I pinned that post up top. It's a competition tomorrow at 4:20 p.m.